So I got a bit of news. It's not like super crazy or anything intensely life changing or anything like that. So don't have an idea like that. About a week ago, on October 2nd, is a Tuesday. I finished work late. I was walking home around like 20 to 1, maybe quarter to 1. As always, I cut through Ryerson campus. It's like a 15-20 minute walk home. So I noticed that there was this guy. It was just off Yonge Street, walking towards my direction. He looked like essentially he was going to be, somebody who asked for money or something like that. And that's kind of what I thought he was going to do. And I noticed that he was kind of walking into like my walk path. So I was like, all right, whatever. So I started veering more to my left, and I noticed that he started kind of going more to the left as well. It's like, all right, so this guy's probably definitely going to ask for money. Which is a super common thing in Toronto. I mean, ever since I've moved down here, it's something that I've gotten more and more accustomed to, and I used to give out money. I don't really so much anymore because, one, I don't really have any money to give out, but also because I see the exact same beggars every time, every year, and so on and so on, and nothing changes. So I kind of started doing this thing where, if I feel like somebody's going to ask for money, I just kind of ignore them. And the reason for that is because I've been yelled at plenty of times when I've said, sorry, I can't give you anything. Or there's the other ones that, will say, like, thank you anyways, have a nice day. But it's one of those things that, like, it's just, you constantly deal with all the time, and you can't give to everybody. And again, too, not everybody is nice. So anyways, I thought this guy was going to ask me for money. So as I'm getting closer, I notice that he's still kind of veering more towards me, and I'm still just thinking, all right, any moment now he's going to ask. I'm not looking at him at all because I find as soon as you give them attention, then they just peg you. I just wanted to get home. It was late. I finished work. I just want to get home. And I get up close enough, and he still hasn't said anything. So I still just keep going and going. This is all within like a matter of a couple seconds kind of thing. And as soon as he gets like to within my peripherals, all of a sudden, just out of nowhere, he hits me in the jaw with his left fist for no reason. There was no exchange of words, no exchange of looks, no nothing. The guy just punched me out of nowhere for no reason at all. So after I staggered and kind of like got my bearings, and like my jaw was okay, my teeth were okay, like nothing was damaged. I just screamed, "What the fuck?" I looked at him, and he didn't say anything. He just looked dumbfounded. And I yelled at him, like, "What the fuck was that for, asshole?" He doesn't say anything. He stands there, like, looking like he just got taken out of, like, a trance or something. It went through my mind of, do I start beating the shit out of this guy? Like, he just fucking hit me. Like, what? But he wasn't making a move to continue attacking me or anything like that. He was just standing there looking really confused and also kind of a little scared, which makes it even more bizarre. So I yelled at him, like, seriously, like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And he still doesn't say anything. My mind's racing through a series of different things, like, and I'm really starting to think that this guy's just mentally ill. Right after thinking, like, do I just start beating the shit out of this guy? And then I was like, well, if he's not all there, I can't just start beating the shit out of a mentally ill person. And also I felt like enough time had passed, especially since he wasn't like going for another hit or anything, that it would look really bad on me. And what would be the point as well? If he wasn't going for another hit, then like I would kind of almost just be getting into a fight for no reason. As much as it fucking sucks that I just got punched for no purpose, it wasn't going any farther than that at this point. So I kind of like quickly weighed the options of the whole, was it really worth it? And there's a group of guys that was just off Yonge Street, and one of them yelled at Buddy, just keep walking. And for some reason, I was like, yeah, that's probably the best thing to do right now. So I start walking away, and the guy that hit me, he starts going his way. Thankfully, somebody else had seen it, and there was a couple of security guards that were coming up, and this guy mentioned everything that just happened, and then I told them what happened. Long story short, they got more security going for the guy. So I got home, told Amanda what happened. I was more upset at myself I have a relatively extensive background in martial arts. I've been in it since I was like 6 years old, and I also have a background in law and security. So all that combined, especially after I moved to Toronto, I made sure I was always aware of my surroundings and the people around me, and I just paid attention. I was cautious, and I got used to that. And ever since I started working in the restaurant industry back since like 2015, there's a lot of late nights that I've done, and I've come home very, very late at night when there's been all sorts of sketchy people and all manner of things that could happen. So I was always on edge. I was always prepared. I was always just waiting for something to happen. But as the years went by, again, I kind of part of me got into a different mentality of dealing with these people. And if you don't give them attention, they won't bother you, which isn't always the case, like what I just experienced. So ultimately, I kind of see the whole experience as my fault because I wasn't paying attention. I didn't look at the guy. I didn't let him know that I knew that he was there and that I was keeping an eye on him. So he kind of just took the open opportunity to hit me. But the reality is that I should have paid attention. If I actually was paying attention, then I probably would have been able to avoid it. He may not have even taken the swing. It could have been completely preventable. Again, it just upsets me the fact that like I've known how to deal with these things, and the one time that it actually happens, I'm not paying attention, and so that ultimately I see as my fault. The next day, after I talked with Amanda about it, I talked to a buddy about it, and then that day at work, I talked to a coworker about it, and each and every one of them made me feel better about how I handled the situation and everything that happened, or the things that could have been worse that could have happened. And then that night when I finished work, I thought of something. I've had an idea for about like a year, maybe a little more, for a YouTube channel. And after all this had happened, it kind of like really clicked. Thinking about it again, it was almost like it kind of took getting punched in the face to really be like, okay, I need to do this. So I pitched the idea to Amanda, and she was all for it. And then I messaged my dad and was like, hey, I got an idea that I want to throw at you and see if you're interested. So I called him the next day and told him about it, and he was all aboard for it as well, which was really good. And I told a coworker about it as well, and they were all excited for me as well and thought it was awesome. And basically what I'm doing is I'm using what happened to me as a launch pad and trying to create something good out of it. And what that is a YouTube channel that is based all on self-defense for the everyday person that anyone can do at any time, basically with anything. We're going to call it Practical Defense and Tactics. Essentially, the basis is being able to show regular people how to properly defend themselves in different situations with an assortment of techniques at their disposal. Whether it's using everyday items or in everyday environments, where anything can happen at any time, anywhere, to anyone. As cliche as it is, it's something that happened to me. I hate being cliche, but the reality is that I did learn that bad things like that can happen to anyone, anywhere, at any time. And I want essentially to be able to teach people how to properly defend themselves, and so that they can have confidence, not arrogance, but confidence to be able to handle situations of conflict where they could be in danger. And that's something that's very common in major metropolitan areas like Toronto. And my dad's all aboard for it too, and he has a very extensive martial arts background. He's been in it the majority of his life. He's also taught self-defense classes at schools and other institutions and stuff like that, so he already has a background doing this, but we want to bring it to a platform that has a wider reach, such as YouTube. And with a wider reach, then we can help that many more people. And I have a lot of friends that work in the restaurant industry and know a lot of people that finish work late at night, so there are definitely ones that I'm thinking of that could benefit from this, as well as anyone else that's willing to learn. In a perfect world, you wouldn't need to know this stuff. You wouldn't even think of it. But we don't live in a perfect world. That's the bare reality of it. So we just want to help people be able to feel more safe and secure whether it's with themselves or like with a group of people or anything like that. We're gonna obviously show you basic self-defense techniques. We're gonna show you more advanced ones, and we're gonna show you different environments that you will be in, that you can use them in different situations. We're gonna teach you how to be more aware and just how to basically take mental notes of things and notice different technicalities and aspects that you can use to your advantage or to watch out for. We're going to teach you a wide range of things. I mean, I could go on and on and on and on, but that would take forever, and that would kind of spoil the whole process of it in a way. So basically, what we want to try to accomplish with this, or the sole purpose of this channel, is if somebody ever gets into a bad situation and they can use any of the techniques that we've taught them and they get out alive and okay, then that's it. We did it. We succeeded. That's really all we want. We just want more people to be able to be safe and okay, and to be able to get out of very bad or difficult situations. So yeah, we're very excited. We're gonna do another introductory video with me and my dad, and telling you more about our backgrounds and the different things that we've done and the different things that we can bring to the table, and kind of more of an overall plan of this channel. For now, I just wanted this to basically be the first announcement video. I hope people are interested in learning this stuff. I mean, if not, then okay, don't worry about it. But if you are, then stay tuned, because we're definitely gonna have a lot to give and a lot to show. We're hoping that this is gonna do some good.